Hi, I'm Francis Campbell. I'm Chief Information Officer at World Vision and Digital Charity Specialist at Hubbub. Just wanted to say a few words about the Digital Charity Code, which is launching at the moment. Something that I'm really excited about. Digital within charities is something I've been working on for a very long time, and it's great to see that it's finally getting a good focus right up and down the organisation. There are two threads of the code that I think are particularly important to pull out and which are reflected in the work that I'm doing actually both at World Vision and at other organisations. So the first is this area around skills, where I think it's really important to understand that in order to unlock what digital can do, we have to change not just the technology that we're using, but also the processes, the approaches and the culture around that. So that's a lot of the work that I do with Hubbub actually is focused around bringing to life the different ways that digital can help an organisation to work, the way in which it can make things much more quick to do, the way it can make things very cheap to do if it's set up correctly. And that does demand really focusing on skills internally. But the other area I think is super important about the code is this idea of adaptability. Because if you look at any commercially successful organisation that's really taken digital on board, what you see is either an established organisation that's managed to adapt a very long way. So take IBM, for example, going from being a hardware supplier to a very large scale consultancy. Complete change of organisational direction, but in doing so, it's managed to stave off the decline that other organisations have seen. And also what adaptability enables us to do is to come really from nowhere, which is what a lot of startups do, grow very rapidly to disrupt an existing organisation. There's many examples of that which I won't bore you with. But as a charity, I think that's really important for us because we are really trying to get into people's minds and help them to understand the work that we're doing, get them excited about that. And in doing so, we're competing against those commercial organisations. So we have to use those same tools and techniques as well as the same technologies in order to do that. So this idea of adaptability that's embedded in the code really means the ability to run very quick tests to find out whether our assumptions are correct and to course correct as we go, rather than making big investments and then only finding out whether they work at the end. So this is work that we're setting off to do in World Vision as well as the work that I'm doing with Hubbub. We're going to be blogging about this. If you want to follow along with that, then check out digitalcollective.org.uk or follow me on Twitter and see what's happening. But in the meantime, do take a look at the Digital Charity Code. I think it's hugely useful as an overall framework to point us to where we might go to get better at digital in the important work that we do as charities.